Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Newman. I'm your instructor for your online public speaking course, SPE 108 section 67. I wanted to do this intro video for a couple reasons. One, to help frame the class for you so you know what to expect, and also give you some tips on how to get through it, because it's hard with an online class. You might feel like you're out on an island, but you're actually not. And also to help foster or create a relationship between you and myself as your instructor and your guide, and also with your fellow classmates. So I just want to go over, there are 8 different items that I'm going to go over with you, and this will really help you understand the big picture of the course and what you really need to do to get through it successfully. It's going to be a quick time frame between now and the end of the course, so it's really important to kind of understand in the beginning what to expect. Things are going to move pretty quickly once we get started. So first of all, welcome to the class. So here are the different things that I want to go over. The first is what this class will do for you. I know you're here for a lot of different reasons, right? You have to take the course to graduate. It might be part of a degree program. You could be transferring it to another institution. But what I would encourage you to remember is that what we go over here in public speaking is helping you enhance your professional communication skills. And if you look at what employers are looking for, that's number one. They want somebody that can communicate effectively and professionally with other people, and it could be in a large group setting or a small group setting. So this class, even if you're dreading it, and I know some of you might be, can be really helpful to you in your professional future. So consider that as you go into it, that this is a good way to to prepare you for the professional world. Also, this class, I know it's called public speaking, but I want you to keep in mind that a lot of what we're going to be doing is writing. Along with professional communication skills, you have to express yourself in written format as professionally as when you speak. So about half of this course, when I teach it in person, I tell students about half of this course is how well you can articulate your thoughts in writing, and the other half is how you present those thoughts. So they're both incredibly important. You'll find too, if you look at the breakdown in the syllabus, which I'll go over more in a second, that a lot of the points that you will earn pertain to the discussions that we're going to be doing as a class online. So you really need to make sure that you're submitting your written work as well as your speeches. Also understanding that, especially with the later speeches, that you're going to be doing a lot of researching, that you need to use credible sources and have credible evidence in order to have a good persuasive or informative argument. The textbook for this class is Stephen Lucas, The Art of Public Speaking, and I'll show you under syllabus and course information on Genesis. Here's a picture of the front of the book. You don't need the CD that comes with it. And make sure that you do purchase this. The 11th edition will get you through the course, but the 12th edition is the one that I use and that I reference in here. This book, it's long, but it's actually really logically written out, and it's geared towards you, the college student, and going into any academic program or preparing professionally for a career. So it's actually a really useful, applicable book. And if you have any issues, even with outlining or questions or concerns about citing sources or creating a persuasive argument, there are some really great examples right in the book. The syllabus and schedule is laid out in a format that revolves around what we're going to be focused on for each week or each couple weeks. So you want to make sure, which I'll get into that in a second, but I want to show you specifically under the start here, which is where you are now if you found the link to this video, is syllabus and course information link. And on there are 2 different links on the top, 2 different documents. The first is a very long syllabus. It's got a lot of details, it has expectations, it has college policies, it has my policies. The front of it looks like this. Okay, this is really important that you read this front to back so you understand everything. You understand the grading scale, the grade breakdown, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, etc. The other document that's right below that is only one page, and so basically what I did is I boiled down the schedule and all of your assignments into one page. So if you're like me and you've got a lot of things going on, you can tack this up somewhere close to your desk or wherever you do work, and you can highlight the due dates and what's due each week. So this is mine, and that's what it looks like. So I recommend you do something similar to that, because this is on here is all of the things that I will be using to determine what grade you've earned. So make sure you focus on those things. Okay, so the layout of this class is module based. If you haven't done an online class before, this is actually pretty typical for an online course layout. Each module, you can see over here under course content, revolves around what we're going to be focused on for each week. And so, it's right now you can only see two. The first two, the welcome module, which is this week, and then the introductory module, which is the next one. And then beyond that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more modules, which are also outlined on here, so you can understand the time schedule. So each module will be focused on whatever we are going to be speaking about or focusing on or reading about and discussing together. So the welcome module is just for us to get to know each other. It's to make sure that you're using YouTube correctly and making sure that you can post your initial speech, so we can work out the technological kinks for that. The next module is, the welcome module just has you reading through the initial information, watching this video, The introductory module is the next module, and that's where you'll be doing a quick intro speech and putting it on YouTube and submitting it. And all of the instructions are right under that module. The next one after that is outlining and research. Like I said with the writing, it's very important that you understand that you need to be writing accurately and professionally. So that really focuses on how to outline, gives you tips and tools, and also gives you a lot of information and tips on how to research if you haven't had to do that yet in your college career. Then the next 4 are informative. So we're going to be talking about informative speaking. So that's the 4th module. And then commemorative or special occasion speaking. And then persuasive speaking is the second to last, and then your final exam module is another larger persuasive speech. So it's all module based, and all of the readings revolve around that specific topic, which you'll see when you get into the different modules. One more thing to point out up here under Start Here. So there are 3 links on the top here. Start Here, course syllabus and information, which is where the book is posted, and I have the outcomes. And then the third link up here is course materials that you will need for each speech. You guys, this is super helpful to you. For every speech except for the first one, you need to do an outline. You need to submit an outline, and you need to submit a script. The first one you get a freebie, you just have to record yourself. But for every other speech,